Hello, welcome to my channel. I am Sigga, also known as Sigga Creates on Instagram and Sigga76 on Ravelry. So this is my second episode of a knit blog, and I thought, why not do everything I made in 2023? So this way you get a sense of idea what kind of a knitter I am, what I like and stuff. It is a bright day in Iceland, or bright-ish, but I am using the ring light just to make sure that I have the correct-ish light to show my garments. So hopefully that is all right on your screen. And since I'm wearing my glasses, because if I don't wear them I am blind, I do have a bit of a ring light showing in my glasses. I'm sorry for that. I hope that doesn't bother you too much. So I prepared and wrote down notes and everything I knit in 2023, and I'm really proud of what I did because I love every single garment that I made. Only one that I made a bit too big, that is totally my own fault. But I'm going to try and wash it and put in the dryer for a wee bit, see if it shrinks a bit. If not, I'll just give it to someone that could use it and I'll make another one. So I made 9 garments in 2023, 3 hats and 2 other items such as Cowl and Shrug, stuff like that. So I thought I would start with the garments. So I guess I'll start with the one I'm wearing. This is my Lento pullover. I finished this in February, and that was kind of a difficult month for me. Well, the start of a difficult period this year, really. I had been sick with the influenza before, and then I got COVID, and I have been more or less on sick leave from work ever since that period. So I am gaining my strength back, and knitting really helped through all that because I am an avid crafter. I love to do things with my hands, with paper, yarn, whatever. So knitting was the only outlet that didn't drain all my energy, so that helped me basically stay sane this year, or the past year. So I'm thankful for knitting. So I made this Lento and I absolutely love it. And this is my most worn garment of last year. I just love it. I did the sleeves about quarter length, and I knit this in size, I wrote that down, in size 4, which is 48 inches, and that gives me 4 inches of positivity because my bust size is 44 inches. And like I said, I love it. I just used mohair that I had in stash and yarn that I had bought years ago. It's an Icelandic dye called Vivid Wool, and I had everything, so why not give it a go? And I really like how this zebra coloured yarn actually looked like. I'm proud of it. I really love it. Absolutely do. Now, during the summer, I knit my first garment in silk. And this is Sandnes garn and the silk blend. I can't remember what it's called. But I'll link to all of my, I'll leave links to my Ravelry page for you to see every little bit of info that I forget to mention. And this is my storage shirt by Kadri, and I love it. It is so smooth and lovely. It took me quite a while to finish because I'm not used to, I prefer just top down knitting in the round. That's my mojo. And this one was of course doing the back, then the left front, then the right front. and then knit everything together and such and so forth. So there was a bit, well, took a bit longer just because I'm not used to it, but I love it. I didn't get a chance to wear it this summer because I finished this in late August really, but it's ready for next season and I absolutely love it. And I knit this in size L, which is a 47-ish bust circumference. So this gives me a nice positive ease, not too much, but I think it looks really good with my oh my gosh, what was it called again? Gosh, my linen trousers. So that worked good with that. Then I did a Testnet. Let's just finish off my summer garment, shall we? I did Testnet for Karina, and I absolutely love her designs. I have so many garments that she designed, and that is the Frisky Leaves tee. I absolutely love that. Love those little leaves, and this is such a nice thing to wear. And although it's a summer garment and is knit in wool, this is knit in yarn by an Icelandic dyer called Dottir Dye Works. And well, the summers in Iceland aren't hot, I guess. They're warm, but I can still wear this. There may be like 10 days in the year when it's like steaming hot, and this will be too much. But mostly I'll get use out of it. And I absolutely love this. Such a beautiful thing. And then when I had finished that one, my younger daughter wanted one as well. So she picked the yarn, and I love all things green. I am a sucker for green, so I knit a lot in green. So it was kind of thought it was quite funny that my daughter picked yarn from my stash that she liked, and it is green. And I knit this for her, and she loves it. It's just really nice to throw on during the summer months or in the fall. She even wears this with a white long sleeve top underneath, and absolutely beautiful. And I just love this pattern. Absolutely beautiful. And my older daughter has requested a top as well, and I will make sure to do that for Christmas. No, blah. I will make sure to do that before summer starts. And I'm not doing this in chronological order. I'm just doing garments and then other things. I should have said that in the beginning. I was like, choose. And then I also test knit another garment by Karina, and that is the Frisky Leaves sweater. Now the tee was a fingering weight, and the Frisky Leaves sweater is a DK, and I made this one. And it is most likely my second most worn garment of 2023. I absolutely adore it. I love the colour it shows. It just, I can use this with anything. And again, like, I just love these leaves. I absolutely adore them. I want to make this in a light colour as well. See, you can't get enough. This one is beautiful. This is just warm all the time. Oh, I love it. And speaking of warm sweaters, I've been wanting to make myself a loppapeysa, which is the Icelandic traditional knitted sweater. I have, I think, about 5 loppapeysas that my grandma made for me. I am not fond of the Icelandic bröðloppi. I just find it to be a bit too rough, a bit too, and I don't like knitting with it. I like wearing it, but knitting with it is not my thing, really. So I wanted something in that category without having to use Pullover. So I found a design by Jennifer Steingast, or Knit Love Wool, and the funny thing is it has an Icelandic name. The pattern is called Drma, which means dreaming in Icelandic. So it's quite fun because I was dreaming of a lopapeysa and I will be knitting of Drma, which is that one. I've always wanted a white one, or a white chunky sweater, so I went for it. And I used a hand-dyed DK yarn by Rasnes for the colour work, and the pattern actually says to use three different colours so that you fade. But since I had this beautiful yarn and it has all kinds of speckly things in beautiful colours, I thought, why not use that? And I love how it turned out. I absolutely adore it. And for the body, I didn't have any white yarn, and I was like, I'm not sure if I want to buy just creamy white hand-dyed yarn for a full body, because I am not a petite person, as you may know. And the Drma I knit in size F, which is a 47.25 inches. So I needed a lot of yarn, as I usually do with my sweaters, but so I decided to go to one of my favourite shops, which is called Maro, and I bought a Filcolana Peruvian yarn for the main body, and it feels so soft. It is so soft and warm, and it doesn't prickle at all. I just love it. And of course this is pure wool, so it will pill, as you can see a bit here. But that is to be expected with wool, so I'm not worried about that. I just need to de-pill from time to time. Especially if I wear this a lot, of course I need to de-pill. And I really liked the neckline of this one. You just roll it like that. I really like that, especially in such a warm sweater. And I usually wear shirts underneath or tops of some kind, so I really like this concept. And I also did the patterns on the cuffs because, well, it was pretty and it's not too decorative, so I thought, yeah, I'll add that to it. So that is my Drma pullover. Perfect camping stuff, especially in Iceland. Right. Bit of tea. Right. Let's get down to more. Should do it like that, yes. And then yet another test knit. I do test knits from time to time, not because I'm not trying to do test knits every month or something like that. I wouldn't be able to do that, I think. It's just if I see a testicle and the pattern is really something that I would absolutely love to have, I give it a go. And I was lucky enough to be chosen several times last year. And this sweater is one of them. This one is by Rachel of Unwind Knitwear. And this one is called, what's that name again? A Game of Croquet. This is a size L, which is a 47 inches. And that gives me a little bit of positive ease, not too much, just enough. And I usually wear this with leggings and a dress underneath. That's the way I wear a lot of my sweaters, especially the yoke ones. And this one's really beautiful. I really love how the pattern, or the decorative yoke really, is, well, this seems to be the main colour, but then it actually fades out into a grey. So that pattern is really beautiful, really like that. Rachel makes the most beautiful yokes. That's just, I have so many sweaters of hers and I love them. Beautiful. And she has quite a lot of them that have colour work, not just in the yoke, but the yoke goes down a bit, as you can see in this one. And I'll also put a picture there, as you can see me wearing it, so maybe then you get a bit more a sense of what it looks like. So that is really nice. And this is a finger one. Most of my sweaters are fingering, or fingering and mohair, but I do like the warmish kind, the DK and Aran weight. So hopefully I'll be able to do more of those. Again, beautiful sweater by Rachel of Unwind Knitwear. And then I had this sweater on in my queue on Ravelry for quite some time, and it's the Pink Velvet by Drma. And I wanted to knit that, but I didn't want a pink version or anything like that. I've been looking for a red sweater that I could wear on a daily basis with jeans and stuff like that. So I had a lot of Camerose in my stash, and that is pure wool finger weight. I can't remember exactly what that is called, but like I said, I have links to everything that I mentioned down below so you can have a look at it. And I decided to, well, since I had quite a lot of it, and then I had a beautiful brown left over from older project, which was a hand dyed yarn from Goat on the Boat, it's called. She's no longer dyeing. She is a knitwear designer, and I think she's Polish. But her yarns are beautiful, and I love it. Shame she doesn't do hand dye yarn anymore, but hey, such is life. And this is my red/pink velvet pullover by Drma. It's just very traditional, and I think these colours are something that I can use whenever. And I quite like how this red and goldish brown play together. I really like it. And it's very warm. It is fingering, very light. I mean, it's almost see-through, as you can see. But it is so warm. It's perfect for the Icelandic fall. So, autumn times, love it. Perfect. Perfect. And then I have another Testnet by Rachel of Unwind Knitwear. And this one I finished late November or beginning of December. And this one's called Days of Beauty. And here it is. Absolutely gorgeous pattern. Like I said, her yoga patterns are absolutely beautiful. And I have been wearing this a lot during the holidays. I didn't plan it out to be holiday coloured. It just happened that way. And well, I'll be using it a lot. Quite easy to dress up really, because it's that pretty. And yeah, I really like it. And then I have only one more garment to share, and that's another Testnet. This is the Match Cardigan by Drma, and I used Camerose Snefnik for this one. It's chunky, it is warm, it's just like a hug, and I absolutely love it. Beautiful peachy colour. And this is actually the first time I made a cardigan with buttonholes. My buttonholes are not the best, but hey, it's the first time, so at least I finished and I like it works. The only downside to this is that it is way too big. It is way too big. And that is totally my fault. For some reason, I just thought, yes, given that positive ease, yes, I'll be needing that much, so yes, I'll add to that. So this ended up being way too big. A size or a size and a half too big. Which is, like I say, totally my fault. No fault of the pattern whatsoever. I knit this one in size 5, which was 57 inches. And I have a 44-inch bust. So this was way too big. I just miscalculated utterly. Never been good at math, so obviously. But fret not. I thought I would just try and wet it again and put it in my dryer for a little bit and see if it shrinks. And maybe that is the perfect way. If not, I'll just gift it to someone that could use it. Or worst case scenario, frog it. But I'm not too sure I want to frog, because this is Camaros Nefnik and Isager mohair, so it won't be fun doing that. But hopefully I can save it. If not, somebody will just get this if they can use it. But I have plans to make another, so I will be getting a match cardigan no matter what. And that's all my garments, 9 pieces. That's very good. Especially this is all for me, except for one, my daughter. So, yay! So let's get on to the hats. Now, I am not a big hat knitter, but we seem to be needing hats all the time, so I guess I need to make sure that this household gets their hats done. So I made this Oslo hat. This is patterned by Petite Knit, and I just used yarn that I had in my stash, and why not make it? I did follow the instructions completely, but I find the brim to be too short. I would prefer it to be longer. Let's see if I put it on. It's nice, but I would have liked it to be longer. But my daughter loves it, so, or my younger daughter loves it, so she has been taking this hat a lot. So I guess that's good, somebody's using it. Then my husband needed a hat, and I have been planning on making a hat for years, I just never have, so I had to go and get around to it. So I decided to try the Sandnes Double Sunday. I'd never used that, and I really love how that feels. It's beautiful to knit with, and it looks absolutely beautiful. So I knit him the classic ribbed hat by Pearl Soho, and he loves it. So mission accomplished. Lovely. And that was quite a fun knit. It was quick, easy, and yeah, I think I did this in 2 days, 2-3 days, which is quite nice. And then I had some leftover from my Drma sweater, and I wanted to make a hat. And every year in Iceland there is a yarn crawl called Garnagangan, which literally means yarn walking or yarn crawling, and it's in September each year. And all of the, or most of the knit stores here participate, and they have all kinds of deals, little pop-ups in some of the shops, and it's always a fun thing to do. And before yarn crawl every year, they have a competition with the yarn crawl hat. So you can send in your pattern for the yarn crawl hat that you make, and they pick winners, and so that each year you have a new yarn crawl hat that you can knit and wear while you attend the yarn crawl. I did not do that time because then, well, I had been quite sick, so I didn't. But that pattern that the person that did that, she's called Thorbjörg or Thorbsa on Ravelry. She won last year, 2023, and her pattern uses fingering and mohair. So I thought, why not try and make that using the yarn that I did for Drma. I knew that would be much thicker yarn, so I wasn't sure how it was going to look, but I gave it a go, so why not? And this is what my little hat looks like. This is the yarn crawl hat of 2023, and I like it. It is a bit I guess sectioned, I don't know what to call it, but it is a nice hat and it fits beautifully, and well, I'm calling that a win because I like it. Especially it matches my Drma sweater, so woohoo! And it's very warm, really warm, which is nice. Now, I have my other items as I categorize them, and those are, well, there's not too many. It's a cowl and a shrug. I love shawls. I have several shawls, but I've only finished one myself. And I have at least 3 shawl whips in my stash. For some reason, I just can't finish them. I don't know why. Because I guess I find more joy in knitting garments. I find them easier and quicker than any shawl. But I've done shrugs and cowls, so hopefully I'll be able to finish a shawl next year. Or yeah, 2024. So the cowl I made is by Rebecca of Creabear, the Cargill cowl. This uses fingering and mohair, and I love this. Beautiful stitch. This stitch was a bit daunting for me at first because I've never done it, so I was a bit afraid. Blows out a little bit, but not too much. And it's absolutely gorgeous. I love it. Beautiful, and I can wear this over my head as well if it's too cold, so this is perfect under a coat. Gorgeous. I used that a lot this winter. And then I made the Saturday shrug. I had quite a bit of yarn from Eden Cottage Yarn, and in the bulky weight, and I only needed about 2 more skeins of one of the colours. And I was lucky enough, I think it was the September-ish, I think, one of the yarn stores in Iceland called Gardbúð Edda, or Edda's Yarn Shop, had a sale, and she had the exact grey yarn on 50% off, so of course I just got it. And I made the Saturday shrug. It is quite lengthy and beautiful and so warm. I love it. Absolutely love it. It is so stretchy and this yarn is so squishy. Love it. I think I need more of it. And this is a beautiful thing to have, especially when autumn hits. This is a beautiful thing to have just over a light jacket, especially in Iceland, and spring, because Icelandic spring can be quite cold. But you don't want to be wearing wintry clothes, so a shrug like that is just gorgeous. Love it. Beautiful. So that is all I knit in 2023. The only thing I'm sorry about that I didn't actually get to do or knit are socks. It's been my New Year's resolution for 2 years now to knit a pair of socks. I'm yet to get onto that. So who knows, maybe 2024 will be the year of me making socks, yay! Well, that's it. Well, so that are all my knits for 2023. I hope to... That's ridiculous. So that's all my knits for 2023. And I do love seeing these videos from other podcasters, knitcasters, vloggers, whatever you want to call it, because it gives me an idea what I want to do next year, and it actually gives me quite a good sense of what kind of crafter they are. So I like that. I like getting new ideas from others and seeing what works, what doesn't work, and such and so forth. So I hope you like this little rambling of mine, and if you do, I would much appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button, and you're absolutely delighted if you would hit the like button as well. And of course, if you have any questions or anything, please put them in the comment section and I'll answer them as best as I can. And I'm planning on having another video at the end of January with what I've been doing and what I plan, like what I want to knit in 2024. So until then, I hope you are staying safe and healthy and enjoying your knitting wherever you are. So I'll see you next time. Bye.